Hello, everyone. Welcome to ICC Banter Blitz for this June. I'm Grandmaster David Smerdon, coming to you from Australia. Welcome to the mid-year special, I guess one would say, otherwise known as the Australian Winter Special. So it's Banter Blitz on ICC. If you want to play me and you're listening live to the stream, just type match Smurfo 32 unrated and you'll get in the queue. And we'll have a game or two, hopefully. So it's a good time for Banter Blitz because we've obviously just had this massive tournament in Norway and preparations are already underway for the World Championship. So it's a super exciting year, and especially to have unquestionably the two best players in the world playing against each other in the World Championship. We don't normally have that in previous years, but this one is going to be especially good. So I'm very much looking forward to this. And of course, for those of you who followed the chess news, Caruana, having lost his first round in the Norway Super Tournament to Magnus Carlsen, then went on to win the whole event, coming first with Magnus coming second. So really exciting to see how this is going to turn out. I'm going to try to copy a few of their openings from that tournament if I can in the Banter Blitz today. We'll see how we go with that. I probably won't play too many Petrovs, but in any case, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so we are underway. I've tried to play a London system against Carviales from Spain, but I haven't really managed to do that. So we've ended up in some sort of weird reversed Veresov is my best guess about how to classify this. Ooh, E6. Really, yeah, very strange opening, this one. Yeah, I have no idea how to classify it. Probably shouldn't have played H3 there. Yeah, I should have played C4 immediately because now my opponent should put his bishop on F5. He hasn't, luckily for me. But actually, bishop F5 was a bit annoying because C4 is the move I want to play, but then he could have played bishop takes B1 and bishop B4 check. But okay, now we're in something a little bit more normal, thankfully. And the general rule of thumb in these positions, if black has moved his queen's bishop out, you try to hit him with queen b3, which is surprisingly annoying to meet. So my opponent here is already in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation. Not too bad. He's played the right move there. D takes C4, but he's got a lot of weak pawns now. Probably bishop D6. I am a little bit skeptical because I think this loses a piece. Let's see. Bishop takes F6. He can't take with the queen because his rook's on prise, so he has to take with the pawn. But then Kung Pao, queen b5, picks up the bishop on h5, so that's just a piece. So quite clinical in my first game today. I'm wary of upsets at the moment. It seems to me to be the season for upsets. I know there are not too many cricket fans on ICC, but the cricket world experienced one of its greatest ever upsets. Oh, I'm going to be able to pick up the second bishop with check. Man, this queen is having a good day. So I'm trying to put this in terms that are relatable, but basically cricket is dominated by an aristocracy of some of the top countries, England being one of the best, and particularly in the shorter schedules. Oh, there we go. The second bishop was enough, so I've managed to pick that up. And yesterday, Scotland beat England in cricket for the first time. And I'm trying to think of a way to put this. It would be like, I don't know, Australia beating Argentina in soccer. That's probably the best guess that I can make for it. Maybe that's even a little bit too friendly. So it's the season for upsets. Also, yesterday, as I start my second game against Indiana Fats, a regular to Banter Blitz, we've played so many games. Also happening yesterday was a big upset in the chess world, not with the big names that you might usually expect, but in the GM Norm tournament currently underway in Singapore. Irene, the international master and women's grandmaster from Indonesia, very strong player, she beat Timur Gareev, the otherwise known as the blindfold chess king. He holds the Guinness World Record for most blindfold chess games played at one time. That's 50. And he also has a rating of about 2650, so he's a very strong player. She won from being in a position that the computer evaluated as being, she was -5 after 8 moves. And for the next 20 or so moves, she managed to play on, even though the computer at one stage had her down to being -22, Stockfish said, -22. And she managed to win. So I am incredibly wary of upsets because there is something in the air at the moment. So you can see that I'm not playing my, I guess we would say, trademark craziness, but I'm trying to play a little bit more restrained in anticipation of such things. We have a very symmetrical type of English here, although these things usually heat up pretty quickly because there's often going to be the simultaneous pawn tension happening with the pawns on f4, e4, f5, and e5. So my opponent will probably play f4 at some point for that to happen. So I don't imagine things are going to stay quiet for too much longer. I always find it very tricky to work out when I should be the one to detonate the center. You can see there's also the break on d5 that's possible at some point. I've played a6 because I want to put my pawn on b5. It's also not clear to me whether this is the break that I want, but yeah, these positions are very tricky to work out. There's f4. That was always going to happen at some point. That makes my b5 move a little bit suspect now, although I can still get away with it. In fact, I will. I will play b5. The reason I'm a bit nervous about that is because of my pawn on c6 now. So my opponent has this very nice diagonal with this bishop on g2, and I'm just a little bit skeptical about this. All right, maybe I'll play b4 just to see where that knight's going to go. Probably it should go back to d1 would be my guess. Yeah, a4, that's where I thought he might go, but I don't know if it's a good move actually, because it gives me the opportunity for quite a good exchange sacrifice, I think. Maybe it's not good, but I think I'll do it anyway because I want to make this game a little bit more exciting. So I'll play c5. Now my opponent can win the exchange here by taking on f5, which I do believe will be played. Although he's taking his time thinking about it. But he really should do this, I think. He should take on f5 here. No, he's gone back. I was trying to tempt him into winning the exchange, but he wouldn't do it, which is a little bit surprising to me. Right, I'll put the rook on a7. I kind of wanted to keep it there to offer it as bait, but doesn't seem like Indiana Fats is interested in it, so there's no point keeping it there otherwise. He wants to take on f5. You can sort of smell it at the moment. Yeah. It's very tense, actually, with these pawns like this at the moment. It's very difficult to work out what to do. I don't want to drop that back. I'll put my queen on c8 just to line it up against h3. Can you believe we haven't exchanged a single piece at the moment, which is a bit rare for this sort of position. Now that knight's gone back. He wants to bring that in, which makes perfect sense. Very, very strange position. All right, I'm going to push this pawn. We're running a bit short on time at the moment. This is a really interesting game. I'll push that to a4. Okay, so he's put the knight in. Very smart. Was always going to happen. Now, I'll take with the bishop. Ooh, look at that time situation. Really have to be a bit more careful about this. He takes with that pawn. A little bit curious. All right, queen a8. Takes there as well. I'm not predicting any of these moves. Bishop takes. What's the time situation? 46 seconds. Righto. Okay, so he's brought the knight in. Here we go. It is all happening now. Takes. Takes, and now what? Oof, can't work this out. Maybe queen a3. What's my situation? I really didn't expect that the action would end up happening on the queen side, but that does look like what's happened here. He's got to play d4 at some point, I think. There we go. There's d4. That's probably a good move. There's bishop takes. I'll play queen a2, get those queens off. I have to say he's played really, really well this game. Really nice game. Okay, what now? Got to try to bring that knight in somehow. Oh, 37 seconds. Just bringing the queen back around, that seems sensible to me. Still playing very nicely. Desperately hoping that he'll make a mistake at some point, but so far, not having any luck. I'm going to try and confuse him here. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. He's going to lose on time. Oh, tragic. Oh, tragic. Just proved a bit too much there at the end. So bishop takes e5, king takes e5. Rook e2 check, king f6, knight takes c5, d takes c5, d6. I have absolutely no idea what's going on, but I think my opponent was doing just fine there. Wow, that one went right down to the wire. Jeez, what a game. That was a good one. All right, thanks a lot. India Fats, I think it's one of the greatest games we've had. Really won a lot of exchanges for a long time. All right, Aliev. 1978 from Canada. We have tussled in the past a few times. And we shall again. Oh, I just made the same mistake that I mentioned on the chat in the last game. I allowed bishop takes b1 and bishop b4 check, but I got away with it, so that's okay. We'll go for this London structure that I've fallen in love with over the past couple of months. It's an opening that I honestly had never looked at in my, I guess, 30-year chess career. But I've recently started to check out, and I find it fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So we're going to have a look at that. Now, my opponent has made it slightly awkward for me from the get-go by playing knight to h5. So we'll see how that changes things. But the other thing is that he doesn't really want to have his knight out on h5. So we'll see what I can do about that. And what I mean by that is, like, I think, I could be wrong, but I think, no, I'm not quite sure. I'll play bishop c7 and see if he plays king d7. I expect he probably will. But that knight on h5, the reason I put my bishop on e5 to provoke f6 is because that knight on h5 is now trapped. So that means I'm threatening g4, and g4 just wins that knight on the spot. So it makes my opponent's life a tiny bit tricky. There's g6. So I'll play b4. Now I've got these two beautiful bishops now. Glorious bishops. Look at his sad excuse for a bishop there on f8. He's trying to find some action with that knight, but his queenside is just falling apart. I think he's going to lose a pawn here. Can't see any way around it for him. He should lose at least one pawn. Well, now I can win a pawn a few different ways. I'll take on b8 and have the a7 pawn. So that is a free pawn. And now my opponent, has he made a second error there, or is that one okay? I think that one's okay. I'll play g4, send that knight away. He looks like he's okay. I quite desperately need to get a second rook to the a file. So I'll do that. Ooh, a knight takes looks good here. Yeah. Yeah, this one's going quite well. He says a little too quickly. Knight e6, takes. All right, let's do it. Bishop g2. f5. I'm not predicting any of his moves at the moment. Jeez. All right, knight e6 maybe? Aliyev's doing a good job of making counterplay here, but I don't feel it's going to be enough. I say this rather optimistically, but we'll see. At least I'll get rid of that bishop now, which was annoying me a bit. And now, oh, have I messed this up? Surely not. Surely everything's okay. Let's see. I'll play. Don't play g5. Maybe I dropped something here. f4. Whoa. He's really making me work for this. He's doing a great job. Ugh. This is not what I want. I wanted something nice and cruisy. This is, oh no, stupid move. Just allowed f3. Terrible, terrible, terrible move. Now I am in big trouble. Ah. Serves me right for my hubris. Ah. Lost my pawn. I just took that way too casually. This coffee is not strong enough. It's probably what I needed to spark me into gear, actually. Knight f5. What's my time situation? Not great. To be honest, not great. But we'll see about that. He's taken that pawn finally, but bishop e6 could be a problem now. I think he missed that one. That might save my bacon. Yeah, I think he just missed that one. We might actually have rook d8 here. Yeah, he found rook d8. You're kidding me. Damn. Now knight f6, and I think he's okay, actually. See if he finds that one too. Knight f6 is the only move. Yeah, he's found it. He's found it. Ah, you got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding. All right. So he's got himself almost back in it. I think he's going to lose, but Aliev has done incredibly well to get himself here. Not too far away. It won't be enough. This is a reasonably straightforward win now, but, you know, rook and pawn endgame is not where I expected we'd be. Yeah, he's going to try his best, but I don't think it's going to be enough today. Yeah, this one I can win. This one I can win. I said that before though, so you never know. I'll just play, what shall I do? Yeah, I'll play c7. That'll do it. Bring that rook over, and he'll quickly find himself in Zugzwang. And he might resign here, actually. So that one was a little bit more exciting than I was intending it to be honest. I know that I'm supposed to bring the entertainment, but I wouldn't mind just having nice, cruisy victories today. Yeah, nothing much you can do about that. Jeez. Ear says, if you want to play me, just type smash Smurfo. Well, that won't work, although it's witty enough that I wouldn't put it past ICC to actually implement that as a new command. Match Smurfo 3-0. That'll get you in the chat to play me. Oh, 3-0? Sorry, 3-2. Match Smurfo 3-2. You get to play me. Smash Smurfo. It's pretty fun. Right, so here we are. Chiz rules 88. Somewhat less witty than Ears' comment. And we've got this weird it's like a French, but it's not really a French, you know. It's I don't know what you would call this, to be honest. Anti-Scandinavian is what I call it, but it's probably got something a bit more exciting for a name than that. That e5 pawn, it can look a little bit tender. To me, it looks very tender at the moment. I'm not playing bishop takes f3 and knight takes e5 just yet because I'm a little bit worried I'm a little bit worried about my b7 pawn, but maybe I shouldn't be, actually. Maybe I should just take that pawn. Don't know. It's a tough one. Pawn is there for the taking. It is there for the taking. Do I want it? Kind of do. I know that I should take that pawn, but I don't think I'm going to do it. No. I don't think I'm going to do it. I should take the pawn, but oh, now I regret it. I really should have taken that guy. Should have taken that guy when I had the chance. This is a strange position now. I'll keep that pin. I like the pin. Pin's all right. See what my opponent does now. I have no idea where I'm going to castle. The king's not safe on either side. Maybe kingside. The problem is if I win that pawn on e5, then suddenly all my opponent's pieces become good, even though I am a pawn up. Whereas now that you can see, the bishop on b3 has no squares, the bishop on h2 has no squares. That's kind of what I'm going for here. I want to sort of block things up. And it's kind of similar here, so I think I will actually castle kingside here, as strange as it looks. I was considering playing b4 just again to, oh no, I didn't want to allow that. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. This is not so good now. So that was a mistake, in case you couldn't tell from my reaction. His bishops are still not so good, but you can see actually my pieces are not so good either. The main problem I have is my pawn on h4, my stupid pawn on h4, which was actually, it was fine while I had a rook on h8 defending it. Then things were okay. But now, because I combined h4 with castling kingside, the two together means I have a serious problem. I can't move my knight on g6. And actually, if my opponent plays g4 here, I could really be in trouble. I think after g4, I'm in serious trouble, actually. I shouldn't tell my opponent what to play. I keep forgetting that they can listen to the stream. We'll see what happens here. But I think, oh, there we go. Lucky for me, he either wasn't listening or doesn't trust me. Either way, I will take it. Yeah, I'm going to play rook b8, even though that rook was defended on a8, but it's the sort of thing that I would find a way to forget about at some point and just lose a piece. So I'm going to play rook b8. Ah, he's listening to the stream after all. There's g4. Damn it. Yeah, no, that's a problem. I didn't tell him what the next move was, though, but he found it anyway. Yeah, so now his bishop is sort of in the game, which is not what I want. My bishop was potentially about to be trapped over there. Now, obviously, this position would be better for chess rules if he had his rook on f1, where it would be a bit more active. So I'm a little bit lucky in that sense. But still, this position is not really favoring me anymore, if it ever was. There's g4. But it's not as dire as it could have been. So I've got that on my side. And now I have something else, which I didn't have before, which is I have the e3 square, which I'm definitely going to make use of. Actually, I'll take that with the queen. I know that I said I wanted the e3 square, but it might actually be better to go this way just in case my opponent plays that and gives me the c2 pawn. So that's lucky. So things have turned around. That bishop on h2 still out of the game, won't find its way back in. So things are really looking good for me now. And it should be a matter of cleaning up, and the easiest way to do so will be to push that c pawn just down the board. I don't think my opponent will be able to do much about that. He's moved the queen back over. There's c4. Ooh, how did he make that move in time? Oh, that was tough. All right, takes. He's trying very hard, but I think he'll lose on time now after rook takes b2. No, he's found another move, but he's about to be mated on g2. Yeah. Ooh. Somewhat unconvincing chess there by me. But anyway, here we are. I have a feeling Ears is next in queue. And here we go. All right. So Ears wants to smash Smurfo. Let's see how it goes. Oh, he's going to play. What am I going to do against that? How about f4? You got me thinking on move 1. That was impressive. I'll get you thinking on move 2. There we go. We both are confused. All right. Send that knight back. We don't. I feel that we don't really know what's going on here. But that's okay. That's what Banter Blitz is all about. So that knight is a little bit shaky. I will, what do I do? Knight f3. I don't think either of us really knows what's going on here. Is you need to play with more than just one piece. Anyone just tuning in, this is not a game between two 8-year-olds, although it does have that sort of flavor to it, I admit. It's a very strange game, this one. Very strange. Oof. God, he's going to put his bishop on g7, and I would love to be able to just stop that now. Play queen d4. Doesn't quite stop it, but will serve some purpose to see whether or not he's brave enough to play knight f6. The answer seems to be no. I have no idea what's going on. All right, so let's play now the move. Sorry for my sniffling. We'll play the move b4 just to keep that knight out of action for a bit longer. What is going on here? And now I'll play bishop b2, and I really just want to play the move f5. That should just cement things completely if I can get that move in. The big check has happened. Now what? This is a super weird position. I am very confused. Very confused. I think that's an understatement. Let's play h4. What sort of chess is this? I have no idea. There's h5. What is going on? What's my opponent's next move going to be if I play knight d2? What's he going to do? Bishop g7 is, I guess, his idea. All right, Knight g5. Time to speed this up. Castles. What? What on earth is this? This is quite fun. Takes. No, there, takes. Ooh, running a bit short on time here. Okay, I'll take this guy off. 48 seconds. That's what Ears has done to me. He's confused me so that I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But I think we can agree that is one big knight. "49 seconds. Not great, Dave." He's played rook e8, but now his pieces are really locked up. I don't even want that rook. I want checkmate. I must be close to that. Talk about a space advantage. My goodness. If I take that, where's that rook going now? Back there, huh? All right. I think I want the bishop, actually. Oh, no. I took a... that was the wrong move. That was actually the wrong move. Oops, that was the wrong move. Right. Well, then, not to worry. These things happen. Am I threatening rook takes f6? I can't quite work it out, but I think so. Is it working? Rook takes f6. I don't know. Let's say yes. I don't have time to work it out. Well, he doesn't want a piece of that. That's a bit unfortunate for me. Oh, no time. How did this happen? This is Ears' moment. Ears is going to create some upset if he can pull this off. 19 seconds. Oh, I don't know about that move. Can Ears keep it together? So close. Rook takes. Oh, I think that was a mistake. Maybe not. Maybe it was okay. I don't have much time, but this pawn now I think is going to run. Oh dear. Oh, he is. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Is there pre-moving knight takes h8. I think it was probably over anyway at that point, but what a game. How did he survive? How did he survive for so long? Unbelievable. Yes, 10 out of 10 for tenacity and grit. I mean, I thought that you were lost after potentially move 2. Maybe that's a bit harsh, but it was looking pretty bad already. And by move 8, I think it was gone. In the end, you almost snuck through. That was impressive. Really enjoyed that one. Thanks, Ears. What a nice game. All right. Now I'm up against Skeggia. Don't know from what country Skeggy comes. And we have a French, but a strange French where my opponent has decided not to play c3, which is kind of bread and butter for the advanced French. If you don't play c3, it's very, very hard to keep the d4 pawn under control and then keep the rest of your center under control. So that's what's happened here. I've taken on c4, and there are some French variations, such as in the Tarrasch, and you'll also find it occasionally in the Steinitz, where taking on d4 with a piece is considered acceptable. This was sort of the Nimzovich theory for how to handle the French center. Take on d4 with a piece, and then try to play f4 to bolster your e5 pawn. And sometimes even if you find yourself in a situation where you have to play e5 takes f6, so you don't have a d or an e pawn, you have pawns on c3 and f4, and you throw the knights in the center, control the position using pieces. Perfectly acceptable. Unfortunately, in the advanced, it's almost never feasible, and that's basically what's happened here. So that pawn structure got demolished really early on, just gave me essentially an extra pawn for nothing. And that means that I can be a little bit ambitious with how I handle this position. So I'm going to play f5, which is not a move, an aggressive move that you often see in the French that often, but here we are. And I'm going to roll this guy all the way, actually. He's going all the way, f3. There we are. I think the attack is seriously on now. Look at White's kingside development. Skeggy really needed to focus on getting that knight on b1 out earlier, because this looks terminal to me. We'll find out, but it looks really bad. He's fighting on and fighting hard. It's hard to believe that he's going to survive this, though. There's knight d2, and I will play knight f4. Presumably he's going to take it, and I'll take with the rook. This kingside will not survive much longer. There's the capture. Actually, maybe I was a little bit too fast to say that he won't survive this. He might be able to hold on. I doubt it, but you never know. Queen g2, that's the right move, I think. I'll bring my knight around to h4. But here, what I missed is that after knight f1, knight h4, he can actually play knight g3, but it's hard to believe. I don't believe that he's going to survive this position. Queen g6, it actually happened exactly as predicted, but now there are just too many pieces on prise, I think. Probably we'll see queen h3 played. Here we are. So knight takes f3, and now presumably king g2. Knight h4 again, and he'll probably go back to h1, desperately hoping I'm going to agree to a draw. Back to g1, sorry, is my guess. But now, after queen takes c2, the whole point of that little sequence becomes clear, which is that without a pawn being on f3, the pawn on f2 is on prise. So queen e6 check, king h8, queen takes bishop on d6, will lose now to queen takes f2 check. So it's in fact, that may even happen. Yeah, actually, it'll happen. Oh, I've been very good at predicting the moves in this game. Actually went almost exactly the way that we were that we were chatting about. Thanks for the game, Skia. Gotta play c3 in the advanced French. Gotta play c3 and take back on d4 with the pawn. So I have kept a 100% record today, but not for lack of trying. It has been a strange one today. All right, Kaiser Knight. Kaiser Knight facing a 1,500 rating point disadvantage. That is massive. Wow, Kaiser Knight. This would be an upset beyond the -22 evaluation of Irene's game yesterday and beyond England getting beaten by Scotland. If this could happen, this would be something. I don't think I've ever played anyone with that big a rating gap. I think this is the first time I've ever seen a rating gap this big. That is intense. Unbelievable. Okay, let's stop talking about how overrated I am and focus on the chess. So I offered a pawn sacrifice there, little gambit with 2b4, which is the wing gambit, but my opponent was not interested. And now my opponent has just tempted me into a sacrifice that I certainly cannot resist. I cannot resist at all. So I'm going to play knight takes e5. It allows the move queen d4, which is going to threaten my knight and also the rook on a1. But I just couldn't resist. This has to happen. And then if queen d4, I will go on the attack somehow. Haven't quite worked out exactly how, but we'll get to that if required. However, my opponent prevents that from happening, which means instead I'm going to go on the attack without being a rook down, which is always nice. We're going to have to see king e7 here. No, I hope he's not going to play g6. It doesn't make much sense. It has to be... I don't understand what he's doing here. There we go, king e7, great. And now king d6. And now I'm going to sacrifice the knight on e5 just to draw his king a bit further. And he doesn't allow it, but he allows a very interesting sequence here. Okay, so knight goes in, king takes e5, presumably. I would really love to find some pretty way to sacrifice my queen here. All right, I want a queen sacrifice. Come on, where's the queen sacrifice? I cannot quite see it. I can see several checkmates in 2 after king takes e5, and I hope you can too. I just can't see one with queen sacrifice, which is a shame. Oh, he's resigned. The simplest after king takes e5 was bishop b2 check, king takes e4, and queen f3 mate. And the second simplest is perhaps to play d4 check, threatening queen f4 checkmate. And if queen takes e4, king takes e4, sorry, then queen f3 check is also checkmate. So thanks for the game, Case and I would recommend next time, if you face the move 2b4, the so-called wing gambit, just grab it. Just take that pawn. It's the principled move. All right, I'm going to play from the abstract to the main line now. We are moving into King's Indian territory against Pucks 1000. So Pucks 1000 and I are going to tussle over the King's Indian. It's a weird sort of King's Indian Benoni type thing at the moment. Oh, what's going on? I don't understand this anymore. This is I don't know what this is anymore. Maybe I'll play h6, see where that bishop's going to go. Presumably to e3. It's not totally clear to me what's going on here. He's gone to e3. I don't know what's going on. I'll play, oh, that's a bit too clever. I'll play d6. We have a Benoni, but a Benoni that's come about from a King's Indian. So I'm trying to play a little bit like Tal, Michael Tal, the Latvian world chess champion back in, when was it, 60s? Someone will know. But I'm not quite sure I've done this correctly. I should take on e5 at some point. Perhaps I should do that sooner rather than later here. And there's a move I really want to play here, which is the move b7 to b5. I just don't know if it's any good. King h7 was dumb, actually. That was a stupid move. There was no need to do that because I had the e file under control. That was a silly move. Okay, I'm a bit grumpy about that. Silly, silly, silly move. You know, there's this move, knight takes e4. I can't quite work it out, but it looks really tempting. Yeah, well, it's gone now. I had a chance maybe, but it's gone now. All right, I'm going to play b5. This position is too complicated for me to work out, but I have a hefty time advantage, and that says to me that I should make things complicated. So I'm playing kind of practical blitz chess, which might be a good title for a book that people might be interested in. So we'll see what happens now, because my opponent now, yeah, is super low on time. I've just tried to essentially just mess things up with b5. It's not at all clear what he should take with. He's chosen the knight. That seems eminently sensible to me. Probably the right decision, but he spent a little bit too much time on it. Now he probably has to take with the e-pawn, I think. Should be the e-pawn, and he shouldn't think this long about it. This is going to hurt him, I feel. He's got to move quicker. He's got to move quicker if he wants to have a chance in this. 30 seconds. No, I think, yeah, unfortunately, I'm already going to call that I'm going to win this, but only because of time management. See, I've got 2 minutes left. I'm a pawn down, but a pawn is easily worth 30 seconds in these sort of time controls. And here I've got 90 seconds advantage, more than that now. Under 10 seconds for Pux here. And again, it's not to detract at all from the way that he's playing, which is completely fine. It's just that he's not going to be able to hold on with the time situation. I just completely couldn't work out what he did there. I was like, why can he move his knight? He can't move his knight, right? And then I forgot. It took me a good 10 seconds to work out I could take the queen, but that's all right. I had plenty of time left. All right, thanks for the game. Looks 1,000. And these things happen. These things happen. All right, Trivial Pursuit. And I are going to play a Trompovsky variation. Shouldn't be thinking just yet. I'm going to take the center. Always nice. But I do, of course, the downside of this opening is that you give up the 2 bishops very early on, which is what's happened here. So no 2 bishops for me. On the other hand, I have some good development, control of the center. So these things are quite double-edged because of this asymmetry, well pronounced, both in terms of the minor piece configuration, my opponent with the 2 bishops, and the pawn structure, me with the only majority on the board, this queenside majority, and a bit more control in the center. So these things can lead to unbalanced games because of this, which is quite nice. We like these sort of things. So they can be quite interesting. I'm going to play the move h4 because generally speaking, I like to get the move h5 in. It's really just to see whether or not my opponent is awake to the concept that he himself should probably play h5. But we'll see whether or not he does. There he does. So my little adventure didn't really achieve anything. And now I'll put the queen on d2. And now probably he'll play bishop b7. He did. And now actually I have a slight problem because f3 is not really a move I want to play. But I kind of have to. So that's a tiny bit annoying. Actually, the problem is my knight on e2. It's a bit of a dumb piece. I would like to put that somewhere else. He's really tempting me to sacrifice here. It's probably not right for me to do so, but it's very tempting. Oh, stop it. Let's do it. I don't think it's right, but let's just do it and see what happens. Yeah, I don't think it was the best move, but certainly the most interesting. So we'll do it and we'll see how this goes. I'm actually going to do something a bit weird here, and that is to offer a queen swap, which seems a bit crazy in this position, but it does give me the h-pawn, which is a third pawn, so that's already kind of a win. And my opponent has some short-term issues immediately on how to deal with the weaknesses on the h-file. Again, I think that the position is nothing too special, so I'm not winning, but it's just about time management, just like in the last game. You can see I've got a minute on the clock, which is a big deal. I'll get that pawn, and my poor opponent really has some serious thinking to do. That's a good move because of this nice little idea of bishop a6, but I am shrewd enough today to see through it. And now the question is, do I want that pawn with the rook, or do I want actually to take that pawn with the knight? And the answer is I have no idea. But I think I will choose the knight because even if I double rooks on the h-file, there's no way through. But on the other hand, if I put a knight on f6, then it could be just over, and even knight takes g7 should be enough. So I think knight a6 was a mistake. That knight should have gone to c6, then to e7, and then probably to g6 just to try and shore up the king side. Now Wow, this time advantage is already essentially fatal, I think. I mean, you just can't hope to survive all the way through with that sort of time disadvantage. Knight f6 check is a massive threat. Under 10 seconds, yeah. Time management today. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's actually going to manage his time away to 0. Unlucky. Unlucky. Thanks for the game, Trivial Pursuit. You were outrated for sure, but still kind of shot yourself in the foot there a little bit at the end. But I think it was starting to look a little bit tricky at that point. So, 11. 11, we have had so many battles over time. 11 has been writing to me in this Banter Blitz session, reminding me of various disrespectful encounters of the past with World Chess Champions, perhaps hinting at my own disrespectful nature in Banter Blitz. The most common recipient of my disrespectful nature in my commentary is, of course, myself. But I'm happy also to lay it out thick on others as well. All right, so here we are. Let's focus on the chess. So we have a weird sort of Dutch-London hybrid. So my opponent going for some sort of London-type setup, and I'm playing an old school, actually a very old school type of Dutch setup here with the bishop on b7. So old school, I'm actually going to waste a move here because that bishop, that dark square bishop, can often prove to be just a little bit of a problem. So here I'm actually going to try to give it more of a future, well, very short-term future, by exchanging it off, actually. You can see that I've done that here. Now, my opponent has doubled pawns, and the traditional way to play against it would be to play something actually like knight a5. Oh, no, 11's dropped the pawn on c3. Good thing I didn't play the traditional way. So normally you play knight a5 and play moves like d6 and c5. You really want to control that c5 square above all. Control that c5 square, and then you sort of pile up on the c4 pawn. But instead I decided to play in a somewhat non-traditional way, and it seems to have worked out pretty well today for me. So good that I did that. We might still actually be able to see the same themes. I'll see whether, just for illustration purposes, I'll try to play that way as well. That move might be a big mistake here by 11, who is already a bit down in material, but I think he might have accidentally trapped his own bishop. So poor old Ears is having a rough day today. He popped the pawn on c3, which Ears, I keep saying Ears, I'm sorry, 11, my apologies. It's just that I've played the two of you so many times. So 11, unfortunately 11 uncharacteristically dropped that pawn on c3. It normally wouldn't happen. And now drops the bishop as well, traps his own bishop on g3. And unfortunately, the combination of those two features means that it's unlikely he's going to survive too much longer. That's now a rook less for 11. And one would guess that if he was to retreat his bishop here, which he does, then mate would be pretty swift to occur on the h-file. Let's see. What's that? Oh, great. They're mowing outside. Excellent. The one day that I've lost my headphones, they're mowing outside. What a surprise. Can you hear that? I hope that you can't, but I assume that you can. I trust that it will go away in the future. Let me see. Yes, it should do. It should do. Apologies, a little bit unprofessional. Now, do I have a beautiful win here. Takes, check here, takes. No, I don't. Where is my beautiful win? Where is my beautiful win? Takes, check. I feel that there is actually a beautiful win here, but I'm too out of form to find it, unfortunately. I'm sure that it's here somewhere, but I can't find it. I'll play Queen H2. No, I can't find the win. I can't find it. So I'll have to play a little bit boring instead, which is not exactly what I had in mind, but so be it. With a rook advantage, although a rook advantage was less than the advantage that Timur had yesterday when he lost. So you never know, 11. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. But it does feel a little bit hopeless now. Oh no, 11. 11, this has not been your day. It serves you right for teasing ears so much in the chat. You know, if you tease ears so much, you got to expect this sort of retribution. But now that's really a lot of pieces. 11, it's really a lot of pieces. What are they doing outside? I apologize about this. My God. I think even ICC's decided not going to give me another game until these guys pass. Unbelievable. All right, thanks for the game, 11. Yes, unfortunately, too many things falling there. Just too many things falling. All right, so let's try starting with the old H4 with Harry as I play Droido from Azerbaijan. Oh, had I known you were from Azerbaijan, I would have not started with H4. You guys are tough. You guys are tough. I was fortunate enough to travel to Baku 2 years ago to get my first taste of Azeri culture, which is fantastic. Fantastic. What are we doing here? What happened? What opening is this? No one knows. No one knows. No one knows what's going on, but I have a feeling this check could shed some light on what's going on. Put it that way. I have a feeling this check is going to hurt. Good thing I have that pawn on H4. Oh dear. Oh dear. Droido. It's falling apart. It's moved 6. The only piece that's moved is my queen, and yet somehow it is falling apart. Wow, this is, but you know, ears was lost on move 6, so oh no. Oh, that's a tough one, Droido. I'm sorry about that. I guess you won't find that in any of the opening books, and I don't think it'll make it in the future either. Thanks for the game. All right, Neon Noodle from Jersey. Wow. First of all, what a name. Seriously. Second of all, Jersey. Read something about you guys yesterday. What was it? Someone in The Economist this month. There was a letter to the editor written by one of the, I think it was the director of the Bank of Jersey. I have to say, financially a little suspect. Why did I take that pawn? No, I didn't want that pawn. I wanted the other pawn. The pawn that I really wanted I wanted that one on G2. I just forgot to take it. But okay, Neon Noodle. How do you come up with a name like that? You get to the ICC member sign-up page and you decide, need a handle, quickly. Neon Noodle. Why not, indeed? Right, so this has gone well because this is a very, very standard position for the Scandinavian, except that one would typically expect that white has a pawn, either on c2 or on c4. So one has to assume that that makes a rather large difference here. And now we're going to get a similar sort of position, except that my opponent's not going to have a D pawn or a C pawn. This is a standard position where he might have pawns on C3 and D4. So standard it is not anymore. It is just, it's a bit of a strange one. I am a little tempted. It's dangerous, but I'm getting a little bit tempted to actually go a bit crazy and start sacrificing stuff here. It surely is not what the doctor calls for in this position, but we'll see. Sometimes, as you all know, I just can't help myself. So we'll find out. At the moment, I think priority number one is to get my queen back into the game. She's done some good work, you know. She snapped a pawn on move 6, but now she needs to stop resting on her laurels and get back in there. So I need to get her back in the game. I also need to be a little bit cautious about my position. All right. Do some work, lady. Do some work. Here we go. She's done something for us again. Grabbed another pawn. She's a bit greedy today. Bishop A1. Why not? Oh, kind of not sure about that move, but anyway, it's okay. And I really want to sack my queen. Oh, does it work here? It almost works. I won't quite be able to pull it off. It's very close to working here. Can I play F5? Does that work? F5. Does F5 work is the question. And the answer is probably not. The answer is probably not. Okay. How's my time situation? Not great. I really want to sack my queen. Minutes ago, the queen sack is on. The queen sack is on. Queen sack is on. Queen takes e2. It's coming. All right, let's do it. There we go. Finally a queen sack. My God, I've tried all day. There we go. There's the queen sack. I'm a bit down on time, but I got what I wanted. One queen sack coming up. Got the queen sack. It's not a bad queen sack, actually. It's quite fun. At least it made my opponent think for a bit. I think he has to play f3. I don't know what he's... Oh, that's clever. That's clever and potentially very annoying as well. Very annoying. Unless I can roll this pawn through. I think I can. Takes. Rook d1 mate is threatened. What is he going? What is going on here? I don't understand this chess at all. Well, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. What is going on here? I don't know what I'm doing here. How much time do I have? None. Great. Ah, dear. King g1. Oops. Oh, missed that move. Ah. Missed it. And now I'm in big trouble. Ah, shoot. 16 seconds. Why did I do the queen sack? Why? Why did I do it? I know why I did it. I wanted some fun, but still. 17 seconds. It's really tough to keep my pieces from not dropping off here. That's the challenge for me. They're just so uncoordinated. I need to try to coordinate them a bit better. I think this move will help. All right. Throw. Oh, what am I doing now? Maybe 94. Oh, 8 seconds. Not good, Dave. Not good. Not good. "20 seconds for my opponent." Ah, my God. How much time do I have? 12 seconds. This queen sack has been more than a little ambitious. Oops, could just take the stupid queen. What did you just do that for? I could have just taken the queen in one move. This game is crazy. Oh, I'll take it now. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, well. Thanks, Neon Noodle. That was more exciting. Oh, and ears in the chat cracking me up. And 11 in the chat cracking me up. Ah, this is funny. Ah, it's funny stuff. Funny stuff. Thanks for the game. Neon Noodle. What a name. All right. Ah, A4, H5. A4, H5. Let's have something a little bit weird. Well, what am I talking about? I mean, it's been weird the entire day, but I quite like this system. I don't even know if it has a name. I kind of just invented it one day, but I'm sure that it must be played. It must have been played by other people before. It probably even has a name. I'm too ignorant to know what it is. But I find it super fun, actually, whatever it's called. It's kind of like, it's a little bit like a reverse Scandinavian, a bit like my own Scandinavian I play with black, but you're kind of a move ahead, so it's interesting. It can't be too bad. You can see my opponent has decided to react in an extremely aggressive manner by actually sacrificing the exchange. Hard to believe that my queen will actually get trapped. I mean, well, maybe trapped is one thing, but actually to be won is quite another. So I'm not too concerned, to be honest. Mainly also, I have this little move h3, also f3. Not sure which one is the best, but both of these moves seem to get me out of trouble. Maybe h3. See if he takes it. Probably he'll take it. There we go. He's taking that. Oh, I should have played g3 there. That was a bit of an error. Anyway. Oh, he's lining up for the big sack here. We should be pretty cool, actually. I think this sack might be quite okay. I better not allow it, actually. That was a bit scary. Didn't see that one in advance. Oh, hello. He's done the sack anyway. What? Didn't see that coming. What is this? This is pretty cool, actually. Not for me, but for my opponent, it is pretty cool. Am I in trouble, actually? Am I in big trouble? Could be. I could actually be lost here. Unbelievable. Wowee. I think I'm lost. I think I'm just lost. Incredible. I think I'm lost. Well, I am now. Jesus, that was a terrible move. Unbelievably bad move by me. That was really, really bad. Now I'm definitely lost. I can't believe I did that. Oh my goodness me. My goodness me. That was really, really bad. I think I can probably resign with a clear conscience now. This has been appalling. What happened? I've just been cruising this whole Banter Blitz, kicking butt, just win after win. And then today, this one right here against a4, h5, it's just over. It's a bit of a shame because I think I'd been playing sort of decently up until this point, and then I just let this one go. And now just trying to see whether there's any hope, whether it's actually worth me playing on. I think I will, but it's hard to believe that I can play this on. Oh, he's done the check. That's probably pretty good. That should actually be enough to win. Yeah, he's done this very well. a4, h5 is going to get the win. He deserves it. Thoroughly deserves it, actually. Just trying to see if I can just create a little trick somewhere. Just one trick would really just spark me into life here. This might be it. This might be the tiniest little trick to keep me alive. Where he's just given me a little bit of hope. I don't think he meant to do this. I'm still lost, very much so, in fact, but there's life. He's played the right move. The right move indeed. He's still playing this very well, I have to say. Still a little bit of hope in this position. I'm still very much lost, but the hope remains. I don't think he meant to give me this, that's for sure. Oops. Careful now. This would be quite a remarkable transformation if somehow I could pull this off. I don't imagine that I can, but still, it's quite something just to even be here. Oops. Oops. I might have actually just given that one away. Oh, I worked myself so close, and then to mess it up like that is such a shame. Such a crying shame. Damn it. You know, you work so hard, and then you just give up the pawn like that. Oh, well. It's not over yet. Not quite. Not quite. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, I don't have much time left. Oh, I think that was actually the wrong move. That was also the wrong move. 2 wrong moves in a row. Time. What's going on here? I have no time. Oh, I see the win for him now. Indeed. He's going to do it, which is a real shame for me because I fought so hard, like I said, so hard. What? I'm sure he meant to do that. This is going to make things very interesting now because he's got a mate. I'm sure he can do it. And Well, this is interesting because I don't think he's got the time to do it, actually. He's not making any progress at the moment. What was the pawn capture? What move was the pawn capture? 81. So what do I need to get to? 131, although I think I'm going to do it reasonably easily from the looks of things now. $131. I get the impression that he doesn't quite know how to checkmate. Gee, this is a long game. It looks to me like he doesn't quite know how to checkmate because he's sending me to the wrong corner. This is good to know, actually. You might want to know this, that you cannot actually checkmate in the white corner if you have a black squared bishop. So I'm going to play king h1, which looks like a crazy move, but there's no way to checkmate here. There's no way to checkmate. And I think he'll work that out eventually, but perhaps a little bit too late. He actually has to force me out. He has to force me out of the corner in order to win. And he still can win this, and he has enough time to do it. He just doesn't realize that the key, if you're listening to the stream, A4, H5, I'll give you a hint. You need to get my king out of that corner, out of it. It needs to be sent to the other corner, to H8 or to A1. You can see there, he's kind of thinking about ways to do it, but you can think about it kind of logically. The only way to get the king out from H1 is actually to have the knight attack H1. So that knight needs to attack H1, and it's not going to do it from G2. So he hasn't quite worked it out. He needs to get that knight to F2. No, he hasn't worked it out. Maybe he's listening to the chat now because he's bringing it around. This is correct. Knight G4. Yes, yes. And knight F2. That's the move. Very good. So now it's a win. In fact, he's got just enough time. It should be made in 10 more moves. Oops, he's played the wrong move there. He made the wrong move. He needed to play knight E4. Played the wrong move. Here we go, knight E4. Can he do it? Yes, that's it. Now knight D2. Knight D2. He needs to play knight D2. Yes, and king E3. Yes, and bishop G3. Oh no, king G3. King D3. That'll do it. Yeah, he's super close now. Knight C4. Knight C4. Oh no, that's not the right move. Knight C4 needs to be played. No, you've got to go back now. Now knight C4. Knight C4. Knight C4. Oh no, not quite. Not quite. No, he's messed it up a little bit now. I'll give him a few more chances. It feels to me that he doesn't quite know how to do it. He was so close. He's offered me a draw, so we'll call that a draw. Whoa. Well, that livened things up. How long was that? It was like a 12-minute game. That was epic. Jeez, A4, H5, what a game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Nesmetov. How much time do I have? Nothing. We're straight back into it. Straight back into the chess. Okay, Nesmetov and I, he always beats me with this stuff. He always finds a way to ruin my day. Have I messed this up already? I think I have, yeah. Nesmetov and I have Latvian gambits left, right, and center. It seems that I have no time to chat about that game, even though it was epic. Wow. That was epic. Amazing game. Okay, now I always mess this up. Oh, I always make the wrong move here, and I still can't remember what it is here. I'm going to play queen h4. Is that the wrong move? Nesmetov, he always gets a winning position against me with this opening because I can never quite remember how to play it. How does it go now? Is it g3? Yeah, it's g3, and then what? Takes or what? What do I play? I think it's takes. I think I have the rook, actually. King, what? What is this move? Is he going to trap my queen? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot last time he trapped my queen. Yeah, that was bad. I don't want to do that again. I don't want you to trap my queen, Smerdon. Maybe queen e4. I feel like I'm only moving my queen, which does not feel like the right way to do this. It's very hard for me to concentrate after that last game. It was just intense. Whew. I think he had checkmate in like 6 moves at some point. Very close. What's going on now? What's he thinking about? I don't understand this. All right. I kind of want to sack my queen again. I think I will. If he plays bishop d3 or something, I'm going to sack my queen. Another queen sack. Now, Smerdon usually sacks his queen against me, but we always have exciting chess, so I want to have exciting chess back. So I want him to play knight c3 or bishop d3. That's what I want. And then I will sack my queen. Pinky promise. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but fine, I'll do it. So there we go. There's a queen sack for today. Another one. This one's an interesting one, actually. This is a very interesting queen sack. This is a fun queen sack. I like this one a lot, actually. So what's the material? At the moment, I am down a queen for rook and 2 pawns, which does not feel like very much. I could take on b2. And probably I should take on b2. Kind of more, yeah, okay, I'll take on b2. Fine. See what he does now. So what's the material? Someone tell me. I got a rook and 3 pawns for a queen. That's a lot. That's quite a lot. It's more than I expected. He's taken on c6. I'll take that back. And now he should play knight d2, I guess. And I'll take on e5. I don't actually want that rook. I don't want that rook at all. I want this position. I want this. Look at these bishops. Whoa, look at these bishops. This is cool. Oh, that's quite a good move. That's a shame. That's a real shame. I wanted to castle queenside, but I don't think I can make that work anymore. Castle kingside. So what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rook and 4 pawns for a queen. You ever seen a game like this? This is going well. Okay, so what's going on here? Take another one? Take another pawn. Rook and 5. Rook and 5. I'm actually up on material, I think, officially. As Smerdon's time management leaves a little to be desired, one has to say. All right, queen goes to d4. Let's play h5. He's got to take on b7 at some point. Surely. Surely, surely, surely. Maybe he doesn't want it. Rook d8. You can take on a7 if he wants that. Yeah, there we go. My idea was b6 to block his queen in. This is a weird position. But I have all the pawns. 4 pawns and a rook. That's a lot. He has no time at all here. Time is probably going to kill him. But you never know. This guy's a tricky guy. I'll play rook d6. 1 second. Oh, no, he lost on time. Oh, it's a shame. Things are just getting fun. That's a shame. I think... Oh, king g2. I missed that move, actually. King g2 for him would have been... I have rook g6. No, I would have been okay because I have rook g6. Whew. All right, that was fun. Okay. Got a queen sack in. It's a shame we didn't get to see it through to its conclusion, however. All right, Indiana Fats is back. Indiana Fats is potentially back. Indiana Fats is not back. It's a shame. Although, I mean, it's kind of hard to top those last 2 games. The A4, H5 one was epic, followed by, I'll give you some more time, followed by that queen sack against Nesmetsanov. I mean, that was pretty cool. Let's try this wing gambit just to finish off. I guess we have to keep the wing gambit because it's, you know, it's the end. We've had 2 super exciting games to finish. A4, H5 with that incredible knight versus bishop, knight and bishop versus king style checkmate, and that Nesmetsanov rook and 5 pawns for a queen. Let's be honest, I don't think we're going to get much better than this. So let's call it. This is the last game now. Indiana Fats versus Smurfo, the last game to finish what has been a super exciting finish to the Banter Blitz. I mean, it was all right beforehand, but it was nothing special. But this one has really taken it to the next level. And so I want to make this one exciting to finish it off. All right. So what am I down? Just 1 pawn? 2 pawns. Is it 2? Or was it 1? No, it's only 1. It's okay. 1 pawn down. Only 1, he says. Could be more depending on how I play here, though. What? I think this position looks a little bit crazy. I don't know what's going on. I think I've been seduced by the craziness of the last few games, and I'm taking it maybe a little bit too far now. But so be it. Bit of craziness isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. What's that? Queen d6? Don't know about that. Queen f3. What am I down now? 2 pawns now. 2 pawns down, he says. Hopefully. 2 pawns is nothing. Maybe 2 pawns is something, actually. 1 pawn down. 1 pawn is nothing. Why didn't I play bishop f4 these last few moves? That is a mystery that will live on. Can I do it now, or is it's a bit too late now, isn't it? What have I done to my position? Been seduced by the dark side. Yeah. It's not going so well anymore. If my opponent can castle, then Indiana Fats is just better. So that's the issue for me, that I really can't let him castle. Otherwise, I really have nothing. So I'm trying desperately to keep some semblance of initiative going in the interim. Because like I said, if castles happens, then that's really it. And I can't stop it. No, I can't. Yeah, that's a shame. I think I've lost my initiative completely now. It's not over. Not over, though. There's castles. This could be a bit of a sad way to finish, the way it's looking. Put the knight on d2. Development can't be bad. Only a pawn down. Now what's he going to play? Oh, he can play a6. Ooh. Unusual. Bishop d5. I see. Giving me a chance to sack my queen once again, but it's probably not going to work. I did mention this is the last game, didn't I? I can't remember if I did or not, but it is indeed the last game. Well, thankfully so, given the way that I'm finishing off here. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. So I'm a pawn down. Still reasonably exciting, though. Still some chances. It's only one pawn. That knight on b4 is actually surprisingly strong. Bishop goes to e5. Oh, yeah, that's a good move. That's a good move. What now? Oh, that's really a good move. Play bishop d2. Got a nice little trick here. We'll see if he falls for it. It'll be a kind of a cute way to finish. How does he stop bishop takes knight? That's the big question. He's found a way that doesn't fall for the trick. However, it's not so easy now. Queen goes there. Oh, he's kind of got away with it, actually. I think. Or has he? Maybe he hasn't. Let's see. Takes. I think he's fallen for a little trick here. Here we go. My last little tactic for today. There we go. Knight f6 check. And takes. It's, you know, it's actually not the greatest tactic in the world, to be perfectly honest with you, because my position's still not that clear, but it's the best that I could do in my circumstances. Damn it. It's actually not that clear at all. I thought it was just easily winning, but I'm not sure that it is. I'll have to throw in a couple of checks at least. Oh, yeah, I get a pawn. Needed that one. Desperately. So here we are, a time scramble to finish an endgame that could be drawn. I'm not quite sure. It's going to be it's going to be a tough finish to what's been an incredible day. If I get that d4 pawn, I should be okay, but I can't actually get it. Or can I? I think I can. f4 is coming. There it is. There's f4. Still not sure that it's winning, actually. Still not sure that it's winning. He's making my life really difficult. Oh, my God. Incredible. Oh, let's get the queens off. That's got to hurt. Oh, my God, what a finish. Jeez. Indiana Fast, what a great game. You played two incredible games today. Really, you did. You scored 0, but you deserved much more than that. Well, that's it. Exciting finish. The last 3 games were awesome. Really enjoyed them. Thanks for everyone for joining in today. It was really fun. And congratulations to A4H5, who deserved the full point. Got a half point, and I'm sure will be busy brushing up on his bishop and knight checkmates later today. That was a good one. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. This has been David Smerdon coming to you from Australian winter. I will see you next month. Cheers.